I'm gonna just start this off and give y'all a piece of what I be into and how I be feeling about. To see how well y'all follow along.
Alright.
Y'all know how y'all fingers work. I got no name for the poem type of ordeal. It speaks for itself, alright? That's not how I'm starting. I'm just talking. I'm straight off my phone too. Is that a problem?
Nah, do you, brother.
Okay.
Do what you want to do.
Check it out. All things, material and spiritual, originate from one source and are related to as a one family. The past, the present, and the future are all contained in the life force. Nothing and nobody excluded. The universe emerged and developed from one source, and we evolved through the optimal process of unification and harmonization.
Man, let's go. Talk that woke shit.
Poetry, not politics. Heaven is right where you stand. What a perfect place to start training. Work on yourself in your appointed task. Your appointed task, which means your family, of course. Everyone has a spirit that can be refined and a body that can be trained in some type of manner. Believe it or not, you are here for no other purpose than to realize your inner divinity and manifest your inner enlightenment. I can tell you one thing. If you have never linked yourself to true emptiness, you will never understand inner peace. There's no pun intended to nobody. Inner peace is medicine for a sick person. So much evil and disorders in the world because people tend to forget that all things emanate from one source. All right? Return to that source. Okay?
Speak.
All right? Y'all still with me?
We would.
I lost myself for a second. Return to that source and leave behind all self-centered thoughts, petty desires, and anger. Those who are possessed by nothing possess everything. The way I see it, 8 forces sustain creation. You got movement, stillness, solidification, fluidity, extension, contraction, unification, and division. These forces create a celebration between heaven, earth, and humankind. Now breathe in and let yourself soar to the ends of the universe. Breathe out and bring back the cosmos inside. Next, breathe up all the fecundity of the vibrancy of the earth. Finally, blend the breath of heaven with the breath of earth, with that of your own becoming the breath of life itself. Too much cognac, that's all it is. Now that all the principles of heaven and earth are living inside you, you've witnessed life itself is the truth. The energy from the sun and the moon, the flow of the tide and the waves when they crest and fall. And finally, the appearance of summer, spring, winter, and fall. All right? How it is and how it's been, life is always a trial. You must test and polish yourself in order to face the great challenges of life. Transcend the realms of life and death. And then you will be able to make your own way calmly and safely through any crisis that confronts you. As protectors of this world and guardians of the way we symbolize gods and Buddhas, the techniques of peace enable us to meet every challenge. Every day of human life contains joy and anger, pain and pleasure, darkness and light, growth and decay. Each moment is etched with nature's grand design. Do not try to oppose or deny the cosmic order of these things. Do not look upon this world with fear and loathing. Bravely face whatever God set before you. Always, and I do mean always, stay in communion with heaven and earth. then the world will appear in its true light. Self-conceit will vanish, and you can blend with any obstacle before you. You cannot see or touch the divine with your gross senses. The divine is within you, not somewhere else. Unite yourself to the divine, and you'll be able to perceive and recognize God to wherever you are. But do not try to grasp or cling to them. Unite yourself to the cosmos, and the thought of transcendence will disappear. Transcendence belongs to the profane world. When all traces of transcendence vanish, the true person, the divine being, is manifest. So empty yourself and let the divine function. All right? I'm going to give you just one more, all right? Contemplate the workings of the world. Listen to the words of the wise, and take all that is good as your own. All right? With these things as your base, open your own door to truth. Never, and I repeat, never overlook the truth that is right before you. Learn from holy books and wise people. Everything, rivers, mountains, plants, and trees should be your teacher. Do not fail to learn from the pure voice of an ever-flowing mountain stream splashing over the rocks. All right? Truth originates with the flow of things. The heart of truth is like the movement of the wind and the waves. The way is like the veins that circulate blood through our bodies, following the natural flow of life force. Your heart is full of kind and fertile seeds. Kind of like a lotus flower as it springs from the mirror only to bloom splendidly. All right? Like studying the making of a pine tree. The pine is evergreen, firmly rooted and vulnerable. Venerable. Even things like the bamboo is strong, resilient, and unbreakable. I say always, and I do mean always. Keep your mind as bright and clear as the vast skies. Thoughts as deep as the ocean. Goes higher than the highest peak and empty of all negative thoughts. Keep your body filled with light and heat. Fill yourself up with the power of wisdom and enlightenment. Illuminate your inner enlightenment. All right? Economy. Economy is the basis of society. When the economy is stable, society develops. The ideal economy combines the spiritual and the material. And the best commodities to trade in is sincerity and love. All right? If you are separated in the slightest from that divine essence, I'm here to tell you, you're far off the path. Yeah, there you go.